But the best one I've heard today was
Post Malone.
What the heck? Yeah.
That's vulgar.
That was Post Malone.
That's pre-Malone.
It's if you don't think you can make it,
You're wrong.
you're wrong.
Was that that original song he had out from like a long time ago?
Yeah, where he's dancing.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, the dude's no doubt talented.
Never give up on your dreams, kids.
No, never give up on your dreams,
Keep
kids.
working, keep fighting.
And one day you can be Post Malone.
Yeah. You can tear it up in the pop world and just come into country like you've always been here. And
Yeah. And just own it like a...
But he had some help.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
drugs.
Beyonce paved the way for
Huh? Beyonce?
She paved the way for Post Malone, moving from pop into country.
to pop into country.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank her.
Thanks, Beyonce.
I don't know, man. I sometimes think that I try too hard, and I'm sure you're the same way, that we try too hard. But do we try hard enough to not try too hard? Which would be trying harder on both fronts.
And that's a dilemma.
Yeah. You don't want to try too hard at trying hard because then you're trying too hard at trying hard, which makes everything harder to try.
Yeah. It's
Look at Joe's face.
Harder to try.
it's that
It's harder to try.
it's the old children's rhyme from the sea, you know. 7 little chipmunks twirling around a branch, eating lots of sunflowers on my uncle's ranch.
Are you writing a song or are you just listening to us ramble? I can't tell. You got that glazed over look
I
in
got
your
a
eyes.
couple of song ideas already.
Yeah.
I got
So,
beer in the
keep
truck,
talking.
guns up my butt.
Well, feel free to write
it.
down your ideas while we're speaking.
let me get
Was
my notes.
the AI one?
Play it.
I don't know if you guys have heard the AI country song.
Perfectly
you can't-
written.
You can't copyright that song, right? We're not going to get in trouble for playing it.
I don't think we're going to get in trouble for this right here.
It's
Nobody,
AI.
hopefully nobody owns it.
Beer in my boots, dirt on my truck, corn on my mind, and a gun up my butt. It's a small town. At least there's dirt, at least there's beer and trucks and shirts. Beer and trucks, dirt kicks up.
That is the summer anthem.
That's what computers think of us in the country music genre.
It's a hit song.
So if you were a computer, how would you write a country music
Trucks
song?
and butts.
Guns and butts.
And guns and butts and corn and dirt.
Is
and
it
shirts.
guns and butts or is it guns in
It's
butts?
guns up my butt.
Guns up the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, it missed the bonfire and
Yeah.
the creek bed.
Yeah. Tailgate.
Missed tailgate.
Tailgate.
See?
Painted toes.
It's flawed. AI is just it's flawed. It's
Windows
little.
down, radio up,
Yeah.
Welcome to Twangtown. I am David Tolliver, and that is
And I'm Colt Mirsky.
Tall Brewski.
And today we have with us Joe Leathers.
Or I like to call.
Hold it down. Thank you.
There it is.
There it is.
We didn't use it much yesterday or day, whenever we did.
We're going to make up for it
last
today.
time we did.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling.
Joe Swade. Do you ever get called Joe Swade
Oh my gosh.
I've heard them all.
or Joe
Yep.
Pleather.
Pleather?
Yep. Leatherhead.
Where do
I've
you
heard 'em all.
where you from? Where'd you matriculate from? Where are you born?
I escaped
Yeah.
from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. So you're born and raised in Memphis.
Born and
like
raised.
proper.
Born in Memphis and then moved out, kind of the suburbs, little town called Germantown.
Germantown.
Yeah.
Are there any Germans there?
There were during the 40s,
Oh, that's a great time for them.
but they renamed the
In
town
America.
during World War II.
Oh, even better time
They
for
renamed it Neshoba during the war.
Nashoba?
Neshoba.
Is that a Japanese word? Because that's just all.
Because
out
we
of
weren't
sorts.
saying Germantown because they were the bad guys.
Yeah.
So they renamed
Oh.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it was.
Isn't it amazing that we were just neutral in the war until Japan had to go and talk some shit, and then it was like, okay,
Here comes Normandy.
You asked for it.
and we got it.
We deed your day.
It was
You know,
awful. That's
Deed your
today.
day.
We deed your day. Yeah.
Today's the anniversary.
Thank you to all the veterans and the people
Amen.
that fought for us to be able to sit here in Nashville, Tennessee, and talk to each other in ignorant sentences. God bless America.
Amen.
America.
I hear it.
Eagles
Toby Keith.
and Toby Keith and muscle cars. Scannerd.
God bless America and nobody else.
Yeah.
What movie was that? Was that the campaign or something?
I don't know, but I love it.
God bless America and nobody else.
They don't care about us.
Yeah.
Who gives us aid? Nobody.
No, Daniel.
We spend money everywhere. Everybody's dying to get in here. What U.S. immigrant crisis do you have getting into any other country?
I don't know, man.
None.
No.
I don't know.
If you're an American, you can't hardly get into any other country.
Fiji.
I know, and we just like, come on.
You just can't take apples into Australia.
Why'd you try?
Yeah, no, they just don't let you. They tell you ahead of time, don't bring any fruits here because of blight and stuff, organisms that are in them and stuff.
Bugs.
Yeah, they don't want to tarnish in their land.
They've got enough crazy bugs in Australia, and they don't need any more.
Like if you go to Bali, we went to Australia and to Bali, and Bali back to Australia, they are just strict about what you have to wash your shoes before you come in. There's a shoe washing station
In Australia
and
or
a
Bali?
mat coming back into Australia from Bali because of like all the infections and stuff. I don't know.
Whoa.
They're brutal about it, man. Yeah.
Wow.
interesting.
Has Dolly opened Bollywood in Bali
Gosh,
yet?
she should.
I think she's supposed to. I don't know what they do.
I know what they do.
Oh, you've been to Bali. I haven't.
Yeah.
I've heard about Bali.
Bali's awesome, man. I had a monkey put his balls on my head. I've got a picture of it. It's great.
Yeah, that hadn't happened since college.
Sacred monkeys.
It's the second time, right?
I had a buddy went with us, and he hadn't been out of the country much, and we got into the sacred monkey forest, and his first question to the tour guide was, do you eat them in the sacred monkey forest in Bali?
Oh,
That sounds like a no-go,
Yeah.
a non-starter.
Yeah. I don't know what you do with that.
I don't want some monkey.
Do you eat them?
No.
Well, first of all, it's called the sacred monkey forest. Second of all, no.
Maybe just the forest is sacred and not the monkeys.
That's how the AIDS
Don't they-
got started. They
don't
started
they-
eating them monkeys. I don't know.
Don't they eat
I'm
monkeys
stupid.
in India?
They just don't eat cows.
Like in Indiana Jones, remember they take the head off the monkey and
A
they're eating the monkey brains?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if Joe, have you ever had that?
Have you ever had monkey brains?
I don't want any brains.
Have you had any weird exotic food like that?
That's how all the bad stuff starts, when you start eating weird stuff.
I had a fish eyeball one time. I was
Yeah.
out with an Asian group, and they had this whole fish on this like rotary thing in the middle of the table, and they flipped it around to me, and I was apparently the guest of honor
Yeah.
because I was the only non-Asian.
Yeah.
Where was this?
L.A.
L.A. Okay.
Asia land.
And he pops out the eyeball and like puts it on my plate,
Yeah.
And
and
you're-
they're all looking at me like, and I said, no, I'm not eating a fish eyeball, and they were appalled.
No.
you got any
like-
ketchup?
I'm not doing it. No,
Did you eat it?
I did not eat it. I rolled
you
it
stood your
around a little
ground.
bit.
Yeah. A little salty. They're a little salty.
I
Oh,
just
you've had
didn't-
eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I ate my one eye.
What?
Got hungry one day. I don't know. I'm stupid.
So dumb.
Yeah. So you lived in Germantown.
I did.
Did you stay there your whole life till you
Yeah.
came here? Did you grow up doing music? I mean, was that a thing?
It was always a thing, man. I don't know if it's the Memphis thing because
It's in the water there, yeah?
it is, man. Everybody I knew was involved, either playing guitar, a drummer, or a keyboard player. You were weird if you weren't.
Yeah.
You know, we would, after football practice, there'd be 4 or 5 of us to go sit out on somebody's truck and play guitars.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it was since I was, 8, 9, or 10. It was always anything that made noise. I wanted to see what I
Yeah.
was doing.
Nice.
Yeah. Memphis has just such a rich musical history. It's kind of hard to get away from that,
Man, if you've ever been there, if you go to Graceland and Stax and Sun Studio and High Studios, you'll see that it all started there, man. All of it, all of
Yeah.
American music, everything we hear today, it all came up from the blues guys down in the Delta, and then we got the
The
gospel
kid from Mississippi.
and that kid from Mississippi,
Yeah.
The Nashville Hillbillies.
Yeah.
and then they all came down, and then boom, here it goes.
Yeah.
It was-
I enjoy going to Memphis and then and
Getting out as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, no,
Man, it's a great town.
man, it gets a bad rap.
It's gotten really bad though.
It has. It's
I think it took over like the moniker for the number one murder capital.
Number one.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
is.
also
In the
number
United
one
States.
for carjackings or car break-ins, something like that.
Yeah, I had my car broken into 3 times within 6 weeks.
Oh my
Now,
God.
it's a truck. I leave my truck open and I don't leave anything in it
Yeah.
because the rate of crime is so high.
Tired
So
of getting your windows replaced? Yeah.
all 3 times, they busted the window out.
yeah.
The door was open. All they had to do just pull the handle, bro. And it sucked.
That's
But-
slightly annoying.
But man, I'm telling you, those clubs down on Beale Street and the music scene, Memphis and Nashville, people ask me the differences. And Memphis is kind of gritty and rusty, and Nashville is real shiny and sparkly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the difference. But
Yeah.
I played all those bars and cover bands, and it was great, man.
I loved. I got to go to Graceland finally a couple of years ago. Jen and I went down. She had a thing at one of the clubs on Beale Street there. She did a Tennessee tourism thing, and like the Roots were the backing band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
man.
Dustin Lynch was there.
King.
Name. Yeah, L. King. It had a bunch of the old blues guys too. But we went to Graceland. It's different, man. It's different to see what he had back in the day, and it hasn't been touched, and how advanced but not advanced it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hadn't changed it much. And the thing is, Graceland kind of gets beat up on for being cliche, and there's always tourists out there and all that. But you go back in that trophy room and see those walls and walls and walls of gold records.
Yeah.
You realize, wait, they call him the king for a reason.
Okay,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of computer advancements today, but to hear what that man was doing, to hear how Elvis sang back in that day, it's stupid.
He's great. And he was almost as pretty as Keith Urban.
I don't know. Or Luke Bryan, almost as pretty as Luke Bryan.
Not quite there.
Not quite there.
He's a
but
pretty man.
Yeah. Keith Urban's gorgeous.
Yeah, he is.
His flowing locks and his just a skewed chain wallet. It's
Just Askew.
yeah, it's just slightly askew.
That's a great artist name.
Yeah,
Justin Skewed.
Just
Let's do-
what did you do growing up? Do you play guitar? Did you
play
guitar growing
guitar.
up?
I started out as a drummer.
Okay.
And got in like when I was 11 and started playing in little garage bands with my buddies. And there was one night we were packing up and I went over and the guy still had his guitar plugged in. And I went over there and picked it up and just started banging on it. It was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
that is cool.
Yeah.
So I started playing guitar and drums and, did all that stuff and just never stopped, man.
Yeah. I heard that I didn't find out. We were friends for a while, but before I found out that you were a bit of a boxer back in the day too. Can you speak to that for a little bit?
My dad was a boxer.
Your dad was a boxer.
And there was a boy across the street from us. We were friends. His name was Ricky Turner.
Ricky Turner.
When I was 11, every time I came out the front door, if Ricky was outside, he would come and beat my ass.
Really?
I thought you were friends.
And we were.
Why?
You know.
What's Ricky? Ricky just chose
What's up,
anger
Ricky?
He
every
thought
day.
it was funny. He just thought it was funny.
Here comes Joe. Let's go kick his ass.
And he'd get me down on the ground, in a headlock and do the whole,
Noogie.
So
Uncle.
my dad was sitting out there one day and he was out there washing his car and I walked back across the street and I was mad and, kind of crying and he said, well, you going to let that keep happening?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know. He goes, well, do you want to stop it from happening?
Yeah.
I said, yes, sir. And the next Saturday, he took me down to the police boxing gym, which is downtown Memphis.
Oh shit.
I was the only white dude in there.
Yeah.
And these were hungry boxers in there.
Yeah.
I mean, this was their way out.
This ain't title boxing in
this is some
Nolanville that I go
hard-hitting
to.
These guys.
Yeah.
And I started training and started competing and just really enjoyed it.
So you started at 11?
I started at 11.
Yeah.
Didn't start competing till 13.
Yeah.
In local tournaments and all that. And then did all the, all of that. Then there was no MMA, so boxing was like the thing.
Oh, yeah.
My dad, we'd sit and watch prize fights all the time. Couldn't wait for him to come on. So when there was a local boxing tournament, everybody showed up.
Yeah.
And it was great, man. You know, and I was always the Great White Hope. Which, so when I would come out, people would go crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we
That's
all
awesome.
knew each other. We were all friends.
Yeah.
But it was always like, oh, they got a white kick returner in the NFL. Let's hope he doesn't get killed. Maybe he won't get knocked out in the first round.
Do you remember the first time you got your bell rang real good?
Yeah,
Like
man.
in the ring?
We're actually sparring. There was a guy named Walter Ivory.
I bet he wasn't white.
He was a middleweight.
Yeah.
I was a light heavyweight. He was smaller than I was, but they wanted me to fight up. You know, of course, spar with people who are better than you. A lot like songwriting.
Yeah.
So we're messing around, and he's really highly skilled. He was pro for years, but so I got in there with him, and I was doing okay, trying to keep him off of me, you know. And I threw a little left and another little left, and that second left I threw, man, I don't know where it came from. He hit me with a right, and I got that thing where you're kind of suspended there for a minute. You see the stars, and you're like. And back up and shook it off. And he was like, "You okay, man? You all right?" He was, I didn't mean to hit you so hard. I said, "Yeah."
Like, give me a minute.
But he was like 25 at the time. I think I was 14 or something. He was like,
snap.
Oh, wow.
But what he did, the cool thing, he said, "Hey, man, come here." He goes, "Look, when you throw that left, you know," and he coached me
Yeah.
for 15 minutes. And so that was kind of the community. It was really cool.
That is cool.
We were kind of all in it together.
Yeah. What happened? What did he tell you when you throw that left? Bring that shit back real quick.
Well,
Keep your head on
Don't leave
swivel.
it out there.
I leaned into him instead of stick and jab and stick and weave.
yeah.
And when I had my weight on my front foot,
Oh,
that's when
yeah.
he was watching me the first round we fought.
Oh, yeah.
And I had done it a few times. And he said, "I knew you were going to do it again." And I was waiting. And it's a chess game. And when I did,
Sure.
he freaking popped me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
boxing is definitely like a chess game, but with like dire consequences.
Yeah.
Man, you learn who you are as an individual and what you got. Because there's nobody else in there but you and that other dude.
Dude, to tell you what, I have a new respect for boxers. Like we've talked about this. I've been sort of boxing, like just going down to little title boxing and you know, hitting a heavy bag for 45 minutes. You know, they do rounds. It's 3-minute rounds. They'll do 8 of those. And I have a hard time hitting that bag for 3 minutes. I can't imagine what it's like when you're hitting a bag and it's hitting you back and you have to run away from that bag for a while.
Yeah.
And that bag's leaning on you and that bag's strong and you're out of I can't imagine what that's like.
That's what the clinch is all about. When you see guys getting a clinch, if he's holding your arms down, he's trying to tire you out.
Yeah.
So you have to exert energy
Yeah.
getting away from him. So it's 3-minute rounds with a minute in between. And it's all about at the amateur level, it's just all conditioning. Our coach, his name was Bevo Covington. He was legendary, but his thing was he would grind us into the ground conditioning wise.
Yeah.
And we were going to check out the first round, see what he's got. Second round, start getting aggressive. Third round, we were going to knock his ass out because
Yeah.
we were in better shape.
Yeah.
And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
Did you chase chickens ever?
We never chased
You
chickens.
never chased a chicken?
No, I when I saw that in Rocky, I was like, "Dadgum,
I should have chased chickens.
man."
Do you wish you would have?
I really wish I would have.
Do you think you could have been like champion of the world if you'd have chased a chicken?
I could have had a shot.
It could have been a contender.
I could have been a
I
contender.
could have been a contender.
Contender.
Yeah. How long did you box?
11 years.
Were you Golden Gloves?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's fun, man. And once you get into it, it's like a lot of things. You want more. 'Cause
Yeah.
You never hit your peak. You're never as good as you can be because
Yeah.
you're always learning. And it was good for me in other sports I played because when I stepped on a football field or baseball or basketball court, boxing, it's like karate for little kids. I had a confidence, and because on one-on-one sports, It's you and the other guy. There's no other teammates. There's no other players. There's no excuses. It's you either got it done or you didn't. And when I got on the other fields, I was like, I'm the baddest motherfucker on this field. You know, whether I was or not, I felt like I was.
But it is that confidence. And it's like, you know what it's
mentality.
like to get hit. You know, you don't mind getting hit in football.
No,
it's like pads. Psh,
yeah.
I get in a ring. You know, screw you, Patty boy. I don't know, Patty boy.
You should spar sometime, one time.
With you?
No. Just, I mean, we can.
Hell no.
Just for the fun of it.
No.
What made you decide to hang it up?
Well, I mean, I got into college and I didn't have time to train.
Yeah.
I did box some during college, but it's a full-time thing, man. You got to train every day.
Yeah.
And you played football in college too, right?
Yeah.
From Memphis?
Memphis State?
It was at the time Memphis State.
University.
Now it's the University of Memphis State University.
Oh, yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position did you play in college?
I was a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Did you catch a lot of balls, did you?
footballs.
Footballs.
Some
Caught a
footballs.
lot of footballs.
So you were fast and you could hit.
I was not fast.
Oh.
I was fast in high school. But when I got to college,
College was a little different. Yeah.
First time we ran 40s, second day out there. You line up by position group.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know all these guys. We've been there a month already, and I'm getting to know them. And, you know, there's 3 of us white guys and 11 of athletes.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
they line us up on the goal line, and we're running 40s, you know, together. And the whistle goes off, and I take off. And I look up, and I'm the last one by about 3 yards.
Wow.
Which is a long way in a 40. And I stood there
It's a
going,
Mississippi.
dang, maybe I just had a bad run. So we went back down, you know, and do it again, same thing. And so we get back for the third thing, and there's this guy next to me, and he looks over and he goes, "These boys are fast, ain't they?" And I said, "Yeah, they are, man." Because I hadn't been outrun many times in the school I went to and all that, and it was very humbling. I called my dad. I said, "Dad," and I told him what happened. He went, "Well, what are you gonna do?" I said, "I don't know." He goes, "You're going to be a wide receiver, and you're going to run routes under the middle because you're the only one dumb enough to do it."
Oh, yeah.
And we laughed, and then that's what I became.
Yeah.
I
Across
was a
the
slot
middle.
guy, and I would
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I couldn't run away from anybody.
Do you remember the first time you got hung out to dry in college?
Keith Butler,
Oh.
Come on, Keith.
he was a linebacker. He was a 2-time All-American. Played for Seattle for 13 years.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he was an NFL coach. He may still be coaching, but he was on the weak side, and I was running scout team because I sucked, and I ran a little drag route underneath the linebackers, and he was over there. The scout team would tell the defense what plays were coming.
Fun.
So Keith was watching.
Because you could never show them up. If you showed them up, you were screwed.
Yeah.
You were going to pay for it at some
Yeah.
point. So I'm coming, and I'm focused 100% on the ball because they don't know me, and I'm on the scout team, and I'm trying to get noticed. And I catch that ball, and as soon as I pulled it in, there he was. And
Like Ray Lewis.
we had silver helmets. His helmet was so big, they had to order. No, seriously, they had to order him this special helmet.
Special helmet.
And it was white, so they hadn't painted it silver yet. And all I saw was that white coming, and I went straight up, out. Like they were shoving smelling salts up my nose, and he was standing over there looking at me like, yeah, he had his front 2 teeth were silver at the time before he got them fixed. They were. So I saw a white helmet and the silver teeth. I'm looking up going, oh, man. And I got up, and, he was like, damn, man, you held on to that ball, didn't you?
He was impressed.
I was like,
You hurt his feelings by hanging on that ball.
I was out the rest of the day, and there was no concussion protocol
No.
then, man.
That didn't exist.
You just taped it up and go.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, it
strap
was
everything together.
Fucking let's go.
Man, you held on that ball.
You held on that ball, damn.
Oh,
Let's do that again. I'm gonna hit you a little harder next time.
No, I had an eye out from then on.
yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you study in college?
Marketing and finance.
And finance.
And
Wow.
got out,
Wow.
got a job.
Yeah. Got a real
like
job?
everybody else. Yeah.
What were you doing?
Everybody else I know moved to Nashville and slept in their car for 6 weeks.
Basically.
I went to work for a bank and kept writing songs. And finally, somebody, I was doing a writer's night in Memphis, which they're way different than Nashville. But this guy walks up and goes, "Man, who are you?" I told him. He goes, "I'm Judd Phillips." I said, "Hey, Judd." He's Sam Phillips' nephew, which immediately I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
He goes, "You ain't very good right now, but I think someday you might be." And he goes, "Why don't you ride up to Nashville and meet Ralph Murphy with me?"
Wow.
I don't know who Ralph was. Yeah, I don't know who Ralph was.
Yeah.
We drove up about a week later and talked to Ralph for an hour and a half. And he said, "No, I'm not going to play these songs for anybody, but go home and write me some more." And I kept coming to visit and then started making appointments with publishers. And
Were you just writing all these songs by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never co-wrote till I got to Nashville.
Yeah.
Huh. Where was your first deal here?
Curb publishing.
Was it Curb?
Drew Alexander.
Curb was the first one. What year was that?
05?
No, probably like 03.
03.
Because I came in 05 and you'd already been around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And then, that's where I realized that's where the work starts.
Yeah.
You think you get signed and then it's woohoo, but it's like, can we tell the pink guitar story?
You can tell whatever.
It's
you
your
want
story,
to.
man. Tell it.
So I'm in, I've been at Curb like a year and I'm trying to find my way. And, just because you're signed doesn't mean people want to write with you because they don't know who you are. And I'm trying and
let's preface this real quick.
Yeah.
You're still living in Memphis.
I'm still living in Memphis.
So you would make the literal 3.5 hour commute just to come in and write. And most days you would go back home after you write.
Yeah. Just about every day.
So you're working really, you're doing your 9 to 5. And then, whenever you had some spare time, you would come in, make the drive. And so just so to give everyone a reference here, it's not like you were living here.
No.
You were working probably harder than a lot of other writers trying to make it happen.
I was, but I didn't care because I was so fired up about it. And I there's no plan B. I never thought, well, what if it doesn't work out? So I figure Craig Wiseman is the man at the time and still is. He's just, his track record is impeccable. And he's
had over 30 number ones today.
Yeah. So I decided.
Started the career of a bunch of guys too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the label. And he's an icon. So I had a guitar deal with Taylor. And so I order a baby Taylor. I got them for half price. So I get a Sharpie and I write on the guitar, Craig. I'm Joe Leathers. I write at Curb. I'd love to write with you if you ever have time.
Yeah.
Signed it.
Smart move. I like that.
Put it in a box, mail it. And so I'll mail it up. I didn't expect to hear anything, but I figured that's a pretty big splash.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll go, wow.
Yeah.
That's
what
pretty
is this?
cool. It's
Yeah.
different. Hey, let's
Yeah.
give this guy a shot.
So I never hear anything, and I kind of forgot about it. I mean, I didn't forget about it, but it wasn't at the front of my mind. I was like, I'd moved on to other things. And then what happened, Colt?
Yeah, so something was delivered to Curb, and I got a hold of it. Someone put it to my attention, and it was this little pink toy guitar that you would buy some kid at Walmart or probably more like Kmart style guitar. And Craig he wrote on that guitar "Dear Joe, no thanks, Craig," or something like
He
that.
did not.
Yeah.
How long did y'all keep it from me?
Oh, I hid it for many, many years.
Because Kyle found out,
Oh
and
Kyle Jacobs.
my lord!
and he was like, "Don't give that to Joe.
Yeah.
Do not. Don't tell him. Don't say anything about it." And you didn't tell me for a few years after that.
Many, many years.
I
Yeah.
never saw it. I actually never saw it. But
No, I kept it hidden in my office for a long time. Then I don't even know what happened to it. Eventually, I think we just threw it out. And I think you saw it. Didn't you see it?
I never saw it.
never
Oh my
saw it?
god!
I don't know if I would have had my feelings so hurt that I would have crawled in a corner or I would have driven my truck through the fucking front door over there.
I would have say it would have been the latter. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
though.
cannot believe he
great.
sent you a tiny pink guitar back.
Yeah,
and
that's
said
a great.
no thanks.
That is a power move. But what? Of course, that's what he would do. He didn't know me. I mean, I was nobody.
Yeah.
You know.
You could have just ignored it.
But I did see him. I saw him at the 38 Festival. He was having breakfast with his wife. I was walking out a little coffee shop, walking back to where we were staying, and he's sitting there. And I walked up and I patted him on the back. I said, "Craig." He goes, "Hey." I said, "Hey, man, I got plenty of pink guitars. Let's don't do that again."
Did he remember?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Well, he acted like he did. I don't know if he did or not, but he was just kind of smiled. And this is my wife, and I moved on. But
how long ago was that?
That's got to be 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah,
maybe 12. I don't know, but I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. There's no better guy in Nashville.
I don't think he would have done.
I don't think he would have done the same thing. I remember the first time we wrote with him. It was right after we got a record deal, and he came in and we started something, and then he was gone. He got up and left and came back like 2 hours later.
With a song?
No. He just left and came back. And we like idiots. We were so young. We didn't know any better. We just sat there. And he just came back and we started writing again.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh.
I was so frustrated. But he would do that snuff. That
English snuff.
Yeah, that English snuff stuff. And he had a can of it sitting on the table, and Chad knocked it over. Knocked it all over the place. And you would have thought that he just spilled a mound of cocaine everywhere. Because Craig was like, oh my God, just trying to clean it up.
It's like in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah. Let's do some more push-ups, you know. We'll take one more quick dump.
One more quick dump.
We bond over this shit. You know?
Snorting it out of the
He
garbage.
was just, he was like a fiend with it.
I'll buy you another
I
one.
was like, Chad's fine. He'll buy you some more.
Yeah, I heard he still does it.
Yeah, I bet he does. Yeah. So you were at Curb, and that's where I met you. I met you and Kyle. We wrote a song called Slow It Down.
I love that song.
Love that song. We put on one of our albums.
I just listened to it the other day.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
I have a Halfway to Hazard cut, and I'm proud of it.
You should
How about that?
Not many people can say that
I know.
It's very true.
or want to say that.
Select group.
It's a select group.
Elite group.
Oh, yeah. We try not to make people money.
But man, you know what's funny about that? Not funny about that, but we met you. I had already met Kyle, and then all the guys that we still are tight with, we met them all 15 and 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still brothers, man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem that there was never a single person that was in this band of brothers that was in it because David can do something for me.
No.
Or Kyle can do something for me.
No.
We're just friends, man. All trying to do the same thing. And there was kind of this, healthy struggle, and we were all trying to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that's why we've remained friends. Man.
Well, I mean, we wrote that one time and just became friends and didn't write again for like 15 years.
Wow.
Which
Probably.
was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's cool that you did though, Joe? You were a big catalyst in kind of bringing everybody together. So you, at the time, you had a lovely house down in Rosemary Beach, Florida, which wasn't as popular as it is today, but you were there. You pioneered it. But you kind of really started the whole writing retreat bug. I mean, there were writing retreats, but the way that one started with Lee and Kyle and you and whoever else was like kind of the original cast, that became like a regular thing. It's like, all right, we're going to go down to Rosemary. We're going to be here for a week. We're going to hunker down and write songs and do the thing. And you guys would always come back with quality songs. And the more you would go down there, the better the songs would be that you came back with. And it turned into a really cool thing for a long time. Mm-hmm. And we still do it now and then, but not like we used to.
Yeah.
Man, I think I tried to figure out one time. Drew had asked me how many trips we had made, and I think it was 42.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And man, so many cuts came out of those.
Was that just at
those
your
trips
house or
down
just
there.
all
Just
together?
at my house
Yeah.
at that time.
I was involved in a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I became my popularity skyrocketed at the time.
Yeah.
I had people calling me all the time. Hey man, what's up, buddy? What you doing? How's Jane? She's fine. What? Let's go down the beach and ride.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Come on.
That's it. The Pirates
That
of
was
Rosemary.
kind of fun. Yeah, man, those were sort of amazing times. We had some very interesting things, like David being naked on the
Yes,
beach.
I was just getting ready to reference that.
Yeah, that was.
We've mentioned that story on the podcast.
Oh, we have. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was-
It's one of the most frustrating nights I've ever had in my life.
It's just fabulous. I mean, it is just. I don't know that it could be better.
I don't know how I didn't go to jail.
You exemplify all things Rosemary Beach riding retreat.
I used to. I for sure did.
Yeah.
I really
You took
did.
it to the next level.
I remember Rachel Thibodeau tried to have a seance one time over somebody, tried to get an evil spirit out of this one house we went to.
Yeah, that was
You remember
weird,
that?
man. That place,
It was a little weird, but she was like, I could cast these demons out of here.
there were some swing.
I don't think I was there for that one.
They were swingers for,
Oh, for sure.
And
For
we were
sure.
targets.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm out.
They didn't know what they were doing.
No.
And then, that was a weird night. But, it was a weird whole week,
It's
actually.
the beach, man.
What happened?
You know.
Man, after I was, you were there.
This is not ringing a bell for me.
Yeah. I don't know if you went out with us that night, but we met these people somewhere. And they invited us, me and Rachel and Dean Alexander and
Oh, I was
Joe.
there. If Dean was there, then
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah, that's the only time I went with Dean is when I got naked on the beach.
Yeah.
And they stole all my clothes.
Maybe I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah, and you brought the bicycle
But what
to
happened?
me.
Tell the story and maybe it'll jog
No,
something.
we just went. They invited us to this house, and we went over, and they were very weird when we walked in, like touchy feely, like
It was a vibe that that my antenna went up immediately.
Yeah,
Like, escape.
Rachel did.
Run.
You. I was like, let's have a beer, and Dean's running around doing Dean things, and Joe and Rachel were like, I need a young priest and an old priest. The power of Christ compels you in the corner, and it was odd. There's no one specific thing that happened.
They were clearly.
They clearly wanted to have a big orgy.
Yeah.
How did you get associated with these people?
We met them on the beach, I think, or
Well, one of the guys came by. We were out riding on the back patio thing, and he came by during the day and was like, "Hey, we're right there, man. Y'all, come on. This is awesome. I've been hearing this music all day. Y'all come by, man." And we walked in that house. We'd been there 5 minutes. Kyle grabbed me by the belt loop back and started pulling me. And he said, "We're out of here.
we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we got to go."
This is kind of ringing a bell.
Well, I stayed around for 4 or 5 hours just to make sure everything was okay over there.
Yeah.
I may have left early and I probably just didn't witness all the crazy
Yeah.
stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Kyle probably grabbed me and was like, "We're not doing this."
Yeah.
No, I had to escape. I mean, because we were right there across the street. I couldn't be.
Yeah.
That's a small place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to let that. I wasn't going to.
Any rumors kind of go around or anything, fly around on that.
We don't want that.
Anyway,
Did you ever have any other weird experiences in Rosemary?
Well, lots. I mean, there was a lot of naked things. Like, in addition to David,
a lot of naked things.
I got up one morning and I go work out, and I run back, and I'm sweaty, and it's hot, and it's 8 o'clock. Nobody's up yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go in and get in the shower and make noise. So I stripped naked and jump in the pool, which I had done 100 times.
Yeah.
It's pretty private.
It's your house.
It is my house.
And you've been there a lot.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in the pool, and I'm leaning back, and I got kind of my arms up on the thing, and one of the girl writers walks out, and she's just woken up. She's got some coffee in her hand. She walks around, and I'm thinking, stop right there, please. Just stop. And I'm like, do I say something? Do I not say something? So she kept walking and walked right just 2 steps from me and looks down and went, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, my towel was at the other end of the pool."
Yeah.
Because I had pre-planned to
Yeah.
get out and get my towel
Yeah.
and a wrap.
Before everybody
And-
got up. Yeah.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was-
Who was
and,
it? Can you say?
Do
you remember?
Oh yeah, I can still see her face.
Okay. I mean, if you need to protect the innocent, that's fine.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, 2 nights later, we're all going out to eat somewhere. right? So I go upstairs. We can't find her. So I know the room she stayed in. So I knock on the door. Don't hear anything.
Yeah.
No answer. But I hear the hairdryer.
Yeah.
So I'm knocking, and y'all had been yelling at me for 10 minutes. Come on, let's go. So knock on the door. So finally I just opened the door. She's standing there buck naked drying her hair. And she turned around and looked at me and kind of covered up, and I went, now we're even.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Oh, it was great.
man, there's some good times. Great songs that came out of those trips.
Man.
Can you buy that house back?
Yeah.
What's that?
Can you buy that house
Give
back?
it back, please.
I will buy another one down there at some point.
I want to buy one. Can I have some songs on the radio so I can buy a house?
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can get some cuts.
Okay.
You'll be
Joe and I will
invited
buy
every
one
time.
together.
You'll be invited every
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
I got a McGraw cut out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you did too.
Uh-huh.
And Hard to Love was written there.
Yep.
There's a bunch of stuff written there, man.
Yeah. Love Don't Run.
Love Don't Run.
That was a great spot to write songs.
It was.
Man, it was.
Let's go back. Let's do another one.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
if you should have not sold the house.
I can't even talk about it really. You know, we go down there twice a year, and my kids always drive by and you know, on the bikes and all that. And I've not been by it. I've not seen it since the day we moved out.
Really?
Really?
Can't do it.
You just can't even go down?
I can't even look at it.
Why did you sell it again?
Man, we had 3 in college,
Yeah.
and none of them
Just think how much that house would be worth today.
were on scholarship. Why do you got to?
I had to throw it
God.
out there.
Like $1 billion.
I just didn't know if you had thought about that or not.
house would be worth $1
It
billion.
has crossed my mind. I wouldn't have sold it though, regardless of what it's worth, because our kids, man, they grew up there. We've got
Oh, yeah.
that's how memories always come up. Whether Thanksgiving, Christmas, they're always talking about beach stories. Because most of their like 10-year-old to 20-year-old life, whatever the age, it's somewhere in that range. We were there all the time.
Yeah.
And it was really, I tell you, it was one of the best things Jane and I have ever done for the family, because it was a magnet, man. Everybody always wanted to go, because you know how when kids are scattered and you can't ever spend time with them. Man, it was worth owning that house, because it brought everybody together.
White sand and clear water does a lot for the soul.
Yeah,
It's a great spot down there.
yeah. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Not going to.
They
Everybody
already
knows.
know.
I want to go to the
It's-
Cowgirl Kitchen and get a pizza.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I want some of those shrimp from
Let's go
Shades.
Shades. Oh, Shades.
volcano
34
shrimp?
minutes.
Firecracker shrimp.
Firecracker
Oh,
shrimp.
my God. I've eaten pounds of that stuff.
Pounds. Like all my dump truck full of
Dump trucks.
Dump trucks full of firecracker shrimps.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to Uber eat some up here.
Eli was down there with us one time, and I always included him on writing trips. Anytime there was room for him, I wanted him to come.
Yeah.
And we went to Shades one night. It was one of those 11 o'clock, and somebody goes, "Let's go to Shades."
34 minutes. We got to be in Shades.
Right.
Yeah.
So we go
Shades
to
closes
Shades.
in 10 minutes. Let's go.
I don't know how he ordered it, but Lee ordered a shot of Jack that was
Have you
like,
met Lee?
It was a double hillbilly shot. I mean, it was like the size of a tea glass.
Lee Brice shot.
And he
Blech.
shot it. And I remember looking at him, watching him like with his mouth open, and he looked back at me like, "Dad, is he okay? Can he do that?"
Yeah, we don't call him Big Country
I
for
said,
nothing.
"Yeah, man. Yeah." It was,
How old was Eli, you think, around that
I'm
time?
gonna say he was 14.
Yeah.
Can he
He was
do
just
that?
like,
Yeah,
Is he going to be okay?
he was old enough to know that was,
he knew.
Daddy, he going to die.
he didn't. He's still with us.
I can't believe he is.
He's bulletproof. He can do anything. If he says he can do it, he can do it.
He can.
I don't doubt him.
I'm not sure. Some of you don't need to do.
I don't. Yeah,
But,
well, yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
not take me to Montana. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turd.
Yeah. Yeah. So you signed with Curb. What's your first song you ever got recorded?
It was a song by Lisa Brokop.
Lisa Brokop.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
She was a curb artist.
I know her.
And it was
Don't know
called,
her, but
Big Picture.
Big Picture.
Wrote it with her and Gilles Godard. And they had high hopes for it,
Yeah.
but I just don't. They had trouble breaking her
Sure.
Yeah.
as an artist at
Yeah.
the time. But,
Great song. I remember it.
Yeah, man. It was
Yeah.
It was fun. And Colt, at the time, Colt was like just off intern, I think, because you came in as an intern when I first met you.
Yeah, that might have happened the year I interned, actually, 2005.
Wow.
You looked like you were 14.
14.
Not far from
Little
it.
sweet
He still
little
looks like he's
face.
14.
I wish.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good hairline.
Good hairline.
God, I hate that.
Strong hairline.
That patchy beard that makes him look even younger, but
I love my
still
patchy beard.
old enough.
Pensive.
My patchy beard, yes.
Pensive.
I have a full beard all the way to my back.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
Just
wall-to-wall carpet.
basically like a mouth sweater. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So from Lisa Brokop to what was
Jason Michael Carroll.
Jason Michael Carroll?
Where I'm from.
Where I'm from.
Yeah.
That was a great song.
And it was like 4 or 5 or 6. And I'm thinking, and it was plus spins. I'll never forget it. And they pulled it in the fall because they wanted to do another single before Christmas.
Oh my God.
Christmas sales.
Yeah.
And you know what, Kyle? Damn, Kyle Jacobs. We're driving. We're driving to Blackberry, going on a writing trip. So when you're going on a writing trip, you want your mind to be creative and free of clutter. And we're driving up there, and I had a song out by Craig Morgan called "Tough."
Yeah.
And it was very similar.
Great
It was,
song.
It was,
Another great song.
It was top
Yes.
10. I don't know where it was. Somewhere in the top 10, and blow it like plus 500, 600 spins.
Yeah.
So we're again thinking that's a number one.
Let's
man.
go.
Come on, please.
Ashley Gorley me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
So we're about halfway up to Blackberry, and we're just talking and shit. You know how conversations with Kyle are, man. And he goes, "Hey, bro." I went, "I'm driving." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, they're pulling tough." And I said, "Oh, you're so full of shit." He goes, I said, "You're just doing that because of the Jason Michael Carroll song." He goes, No, man, they are. They want another single before the holidays."
What the hell?
And I'm like,
Wow.
You know how you get better sales through the holidays? You
Yeah.
promote that song to number 1.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. So I pulled over on freaking 40.
And kick Kyle's ass.
No, I pulled over on the shoulder and I put the truck in park. I was like, "Dude, why would you tell me that on the way to Blackberry when we're fixing to write for 4 days? Because I'm gonna be pissed the whole time."
What's wrong with you?
You're still pissed.
Yeah.
I thought you should know, man. I just, I don't want to ever hold anything back from you. And I heard, and I was like, "God, you are so stupid. How can you be so stupid?" And he gives you that pout face, like, "I know, I probably should have waited."
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, save it for the ride back.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll get me home faster. You'd be angry.
Or just don't tell me.
Or don't tell me at all. I'll find
it
out. And you just act like you didn't know it either. And then we're fine.
I think he enjoyed it.
He did enjoy it.
He was mad because he wasn't on the song.
He'd use them shark eyes and he'd be like,
Yeah.
Mako, Not the company for cars, but
Little
the sharks.
shit.
Yeah. He was a little Mako.
Still mad at
He's
him.
trolling around. We used to, get in that pool and I would just make him bleed all over the place.
Oh, it would kill him.
He was so angry.
But he asked for it.
He did ask, let's get in the pool and wrestle or play 21 or 600. I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't want this.
He wanted to
Tuxedo.
be a big boy, though. He wanted to be a big boy
I would
so
just,
bad.
the ball would go up and I would just step on his foot and hold him down and grab the ball with the other hand. And he would be fighting like,
Oh, yeah.
you're holding his head.
Yeah. Looked like midget wrestling.
Yeah.
And then Lee broke his rib in the pool.
Yeah.
He kept
And on the
telling him,
beach.
And on the beach.
kept jumping on his back, and he was like, "Kyle, stop, man!" And he'd do it again. And Kyle, finally, he just bear hugged him and
Yeah.
snap.
Kyle had no quit, but he also had glass ribs.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He did not need to have no quit.
He
Yeah.
needed to be a quitter.
He needed to quit
for
sometimes.
sure.
Yeah.
He didn't have it. He just bulldog, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Bless him. Anyway,
Yeah.
stupid Kyle.
Stupid cow.
So, you wrote one of my favorite McGraw songs. A song called Still.
I like that one too, man. It's just so personal.
God, it's so good too.
It was.
Let's just be still.
That was a Rosemary song.
That was. That came out of my morning devotional that morning. It was Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I'm God.
Yeah.
And Kyle and Lee came down, and I was out there jacking around. I don't know what I was doing, and
Naked in the pool.
I was not
Jacking
naked.
around naked in the
No,
pool.
I was not
Sounds
naked in the
weird,
pool.
Joe.
Naked, but not in the pool.
No.
Wait, what?
I like being naked, man.
Man, I wish I looked
When I'm
better.
at the beach,
Yeah.
you can fix that. Anyway, we talked about it and wrote it and brought it back. And I think, did you pitch that? I think
Wasn't me.
maybe it was Osier. I think Osier pitched it.
Yeah. I never pitched any of Lee's songs because he was always like trying to cut everything he wrote. You know how he was.
Well, we thought he was going to cut it.
And I didn't want to piss Lee off.
Yeah.
I don't want him mad at me.
Well,
Lee's
and that's
this-
the protocol. You got to, and that's what they did. They said, hey, Lee, McGraw wants to cut this, man. You okay with that? And he was like, well, hell yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So,
Yeah. Well, that's like you and Lee had a song both on Hemingway's Whiskey album, right? Because you wrote Hemingway's Whiskey, but then Lee had 7 Days, and Lee was like, I'm cutting this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not. But then the outside publisher was like,
Chesney.
and then Lee's like, who pitched that song? I was like, not
Wasn't
me.
me.
I promise.
who's Osier?
But then I was like, oh, it's Chesney. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I hate you.
Let me think about it.
Man.
But then, unfortunately, still didn't ring the bell either. But it was an amazing song. Top 10 hit.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Did they pull it to try to get a single out on McGraw before
Please
the
tell me it
holidays?
was before the holidays.
Please
I
tell
never
me.
heard. I never know. I don't know. I never heard.
I'll have to fact check that one.
I'd say McGraw may have pulled it just for shits and giggles.
Who knows?
I forget what happened.
He did like
That was towards the end of his tenure at Curb.
well. We were out on tour with him, and he had out that David Lee and I Need You. Like Needle Needs a Vein,
Yeah.
like Uncle Joe in Oklahoma, need amazing song,
Yeah.
duet with Faith, and we were out with them, and they were pushing that song hard, and I think it may have been top 15 or something, and then he did that. If you're reading this with
Oh,
Warren
yeah.
Brothers
On
on
the
ACMs,
Yeah.
and
Boom.
he was like, okay, instead of making this song go even higher, we're gonna pull it and do this song. And I remember David Lee cornered me at 12th and Porter one night. He's like, why did he do that? I'm like, bro, I don't know. I just open up shows for him.
I'm just a writer.
I don't know. He's like, why would he do that to me? I'm like, I don't think he did it to you.
Well, and that's the thing, man. No artist ever does it to us or the A&R person or whatever. Once we write the song and put it out there, the outcome is not up to us. We have nothing to do with
No.
it. And there's
Yeah.
1,000 different things that can factor into whether a song goes number one or not.
Yeah, and situation was pre-social media, and so, but then the rave and attention it got after the ACMs, I think everyone was just like, maybe we need to pull the trigger on this
Yeah.
before we lose.
And
And they were right.
The
They
live
were right.
version. That's the live version you hear.
Yeah,
Is when he put it out. And I think it did go number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it had a viral moment before.
Yep.
Viral
Before-
moments were things.
So weird.
Yeah,
He's so lucky. He's terrible. I hate him. Tim McGraw.
You liar.
I'm a liar. He was wonderful to me.
He's a good human.
Yeah, he's okay. He's ugly. Like in real life and not fit.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know.
He's a stud.
He's
man.
gorgeous.
He's a freaking stud.
He's gorgeous. I always talk about we had Fat Tim. We had Tim before.
I remember Fat
yeah,
Tim.
Fat Tim. We had bloated Tim.
yeah, I saw that he was in that movie 4 Christmases. I watched it. This
Yeah,
past.
great.
that's when I had Tim.
You see him in that, you're like, oh,
I had Friday Night
big.
Lights Tim and Four Christmases Tim.
yeah.
He turned that shit around though, man.
Dude,
I mean,
he's a beast.
he got serious.
He's he's like Lee. He's not normal.
Yeah.
He's got another gear, and when he puts it in, it's just like done. I mean, he started working out really hard on the second tour we did with him because we would play basketball every day on a 9-foot goal, and I would just eat him alive at basketball, and it drove him crazy. Like he would get like bring in like professional basketball players to play against me and Chad and somebody else, and I would still eat his lunch. And it got to the point at the end of the tour, he would just start hitting me as I went up for a shot. He broke my ribs.
Did he really?
Yeah, like he hit me. He just kept hitting me as I would go up for a shot,
punched your
me.
ribs.
Yeah.
Were you hitting him back?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He got fouled a lot.
Yeah.
I made him bleed.
So,
Yeah, we had that relationship.
No
though.
wonder you didn't get asked back on the next tour.
Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
wondered.
No,
I wonder if
No.
it was because Chad sings better than you.
it for sure doesn't. I'm singier.
I'm seeing
You
you.
are singing.
No, dude, it was a great time with them guys. The whole tour was amazing. And McGraw was amazing. Faith's amazing. Taylor Swift was amazing.
Oh, I forgot you had Taylor out there.
Yeah, dude.
And she was like
She was 16.
16.
Yeah.
Man, people think that artist job, it appears so easy. But man, it is a tough lifestyle.
Oh, God.
It is rough. And a lot of times you see people in the press criticize an artist for this or that, or he didn't sign an autograph, or she wouldn't take a picture. But man, they got it. It's not a glamorous lifestyle. You know, a lot of buses and planes and trains and bad food and bad catering and asshole fans sometimes.
Late nights, early mornings.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up. I mean, I've talked about it before, even on here, that we were playing 6-8 times a day sometimes. Because you'd be on radio early in the morning, do all the stuff you had to do for sound checks for the main stage and the outside stage on the tours. And then you would go play the show that night, both shows. And then you would go play a club after. And then you would do a late night pop-in show somewhere with McGraw. It's like, yeah, just keep dancing, monkey.
Yeah.
I remember we got to the ACMs, and this was a good year into our career and being on tour with McGraw and just having everything going, and we were just running constantly. I was home 90 days that year, and I remember the head of our promotion at the time came up. Well, no, I'm sorry. One of the promotion people, radio promotion people, came up to me, and I won't say who it was, came up to me at the ACMs. We were playing Fremont Street, and he looked at me, and he was like, "You all right?" I was like, "Man, I'm just tired, I'm just tired." And I was physically exhausted. And so I get home after the ACMs, and the head of promotion calls my manager and goes, "Does David just not want to do this anymore?"
Wow.
It's like, what the fuck? I said I was tired. I'm allowed to be tired.
No, you're a dance monkey.
And that's at the point I was
You're
like,
a dance monkey.
at that point it clicked. I'm like, they're not my friends. These people don't care about me. Some of them did. I've still talked to some of them today, but it's hard. You get used and abused. I say it with the utmost joy that I have for doing what I did. It's the greatest job I've ever had. It's the most rewarding job. It's one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. But, it takes a lot out of you. But you have to learn that it's just a job.
Yeah.
And
I remember Lee going through that.
Oh.
When Haley was still working with Enzo and she was out on the road with Lee and taking care of him. And then she was like, "Are you okay?" And kind of like he was like, I don't know what he said, but probably something similar. And she was like, "You know what? Here's a flight. Go home."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, it's like literally it saved my life," because he was just running on fumes for so long and just drained,
Yeah.
And then you just kind of need that time to regroup.
But that's when you have to do it. I'll never forget a Toby Keith interview. Like he just had a single, and management called him and said, "All right, we're booking you next year. How many dates you want? We can probably book you 320 dates. How many do you want?" And he went, "All of them."
Yeah.
Because you have to if you're going to build a fan base.
You have to play everywhere and anywhere. It's like you come off tour playing for 25,000 people every night, and you're playing a barbecue joint in Texas while they're serving lunch for a radio station that couldn't care less about you. And this little dude in the front row going, "Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi."
Yeah.
Literally happened to me. I had to move out of the way for people to get their barbecue. And this dude the whole time just yelled Bon Jovi at me.
Did you play Bon Jovi?
No.
You should have played Pink Floyd.
I should have played Pink Floyd.
You should have played Pink Floyd.
That'd have been cool.
What you got going on right now that you love, that you're happy about? You've been back. You left Curb for a minute, yeah?
Well, there was a time when there was a little transitionary period.
Transitioning.
And Drew left and some other people left.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Colt dropped me.
Did he?
Damn.
When I
Wow.
asked him, I know, I asked him not to. And
Wow.
he's like, sorry, man, it's not my decision.
Wow.
It's like, Colt, is this you? He goes, man, that's not exactly how it happened, but that's funnier. I was gone about a year.
Yeah.
And
It didn't feel right, did it?
it was awful.
Yeah.
I felt so out of place, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I met some really cool people and got in some circles that I was not in, but I got a call about a year later. I was standing on the beach,
Yeah.
and Christy Robinson called and said, hey, and I love her. We've
Yeah.
been buddies. She goes, Mike Curb wants you back. You left under the wrong circumstances. It was a little fragmented at the time, and we want you to come back. I said, I just re-upped my
Yeah.
second option with this other publisher, and I can't do it. And she said, well, hold on a minute. And my phone goes ding, my email notification. She goes, well, I just sent you deal terms, and I want you to look at them. I said, Christy, I'm standing on the beach right now. And she goes, well, I know, but we need to know pretty quick because there's some, I think there was a Spotify settlement coming up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact details, and she was a little vague about it, but I opened it up and I said, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Work this out,
Yeah.
you know? And I worked out a situation with the other publisher, and man, walking back in that door, I'm so grateful for being able to come back because I realized being away what a family environment it is.
Yeah.
And that's not cliche, man. It's real. I got people here I love, and I always will.
Yeah.
'Cause we've kind of grown up
Yeah.
together.
It's different. It's different here. I've had a few publishing deals myself, and it's been the most family one, I guess.
For
you
sure.
say. Yeah. Huh.
Well, and Colt
He's okay.
has been a part of that.
Yeah.
I
Tall
mean, but-
Brewski, you mean?
A Colt Brunowski.
Tall Brewski.
Yeah, Tall
Yeah,
Brewski.
Tall
I
Brewski.
kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you should trademark that and make T-shirts.
I should.
You
Yeah.
should.
They call me
Right after I make the Twingtown ones. Yeah.
Tall Brewski.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like an official company now.
Oh, LLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
If
officially.
you need any tax write-offs whatsoever, give us money.
Do I just write you a check?
Yeah.
Okay.
David Tolliver.
Do you want to sponsor the podcast?
Absolutely.
Twingtown, brought to you by Joe Leathers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bye.
I haven't. I'll talk to you about this off mic. I have
Perfect.
someone who will.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
love that. Let's go. Okay,
Yeah.
can we get money now?
Can you advance us $5,000?
Yes. Can you
Take
give
a
us
couple of
money?
weeks.
No, cash.
Well, what's the
Unmarked bills.
What's the return on my investment? I would consider it.
Love and hugs.
You cannot put a price on.
You
love.
cannot put a price on my hugs.
I'll give you 10.
David will give you a horizontal hug.
Oh no, well, I'm not hugging him laying down. No.
I'm getting on top if we're doing that for sure.
Anyway,
At least you know how you like it.
what are you excited about right now in your life? What you got going on?
Oh man,
Talk about it.
Music wise,
Yeah, whatever.
in general.
We're pretty
Well,
open here to everything.
Let's say this. How many years ago did you finally move to Nashville?
Yeah,
almost exactly.
2 years. Franklin.
So after all these years, because I've been here for 19 years, and then 2 years ago, you finally pulled the trigger. You leave Memphis. You move to Nashville. How's it been? Because, I mean, you're leaving like your place you were born, you grew up, family, friends. How's that been?
Best thing ever.
And Franklin's
that,
a
friends.
little different than Memphis.
It is. Franklin is America.
Yeah,
Franklin
America.
it's America.
America.
I miss some of my friends,
Yeah.
you know, but I've got equally as many here.
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize what I was missing by not being here every day. You can do it being out of town, but man, being here, the more you're seen, the better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you had 4 kids and
4 kids
college
and dogs.
had to
and
sell your
college
house
and
in Rosemary. And
had a mother-in-law who had 4 acres and 7 dogs and a big house. And, you know, she's 93. She has since moved to Charleston. So once she moved to Charleston, Jane and I looked at each other. We were like, okay,
Time to go.
ring the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
Green light.
it's been great, man.
Nice.
I'm in love with this city, man.
Yeah.
And don't all your kids live here now?
Everybody.
Wow.
That's wild. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. And you do your little Nashville song. I'm a Nashville songwriter things, which is pretty funny. I laugh at them when I'm pooping in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shoot them when I'm pooping in the morning. Usually. Man, it's weird because I get so many comments from people
Yeah.
that think it's serious. Or they've
never heard of satire.
I know, or they'll say, and none of it's serious. It's all, I'm making fun of myself
Yes.
and of us. And,
Yes. Yes.
Or people will take a side like, you shouldn't have said that because you shouldn't, that's hateful. I'm like, what?
Grow up. Grow up.
Come on, man.
Get a job. Grow up.
God.
I hate people sometimes, especially ones that drive in Nashville.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, it's funny. Y'all go check it out. What is your Merely Joe Leathers?
Merely Joe
Merely
Leathers.
Joe Leathers on
What happened?
Instagram.
I've been meaning to ask, what happened to Fabulous Joe Leathers?
Yeah.
I felt like, see, that came after my brother and I were huge Saturday morning wrestling fans. In Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
And there was the fabulous Jackie Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was one of our favorites. And then Jerry Lawler came along, the king.
The
Jerry
king,
Lawler.
Jerry Lawler.
So I just thought it was funny, but it sounded pretentious, according to one of my friends. So,
Oh.
and it was a joke.
David, why?
I love it. I'm not pretentious.
David calls me on my BS all the
I
time.
then
do,
you just-
but I enjoy that stuff.
Call me.
And you just 180'd it to merely.
Merely. I love the passive aggressiveness in that.
Thought about barely,
Yeah.
but
Sorta. Joe
Yeah.
Leathers.
Kind of Joe Leathers.
sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, I enjoy those. Go check them out. Merely Joe Leathers on the Instagrams.
It's interesting how these this whole Instagram thing is. I'm sitting downstairs at my little storage closet this morning, and Noah Peters walks in.
Mm-hmm.
Guy behind him, big long red beard, glasses, overalls, and he introduces himself. He says, "Hey, I'm Red," and I said, "Hey, man, how are you?" And he keeps talking. I said, "Wait a minute, man. Do I know you?" He goes, "No, we've never met. I live over in East Tennessee. I just come down to see my boy Noah here." And I said, "No, I know you."
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, look at here." And he pulls up his phone, and it's Red. I forgot his Instagram. He's got like 6 million
Yeah.
followers. I
That's
said,
a billion
I
followers. on
follow
Instagram.
you, dude.
Yeah.
And you're still, what the hell? And it was just very serendipitous and
That's
awesome.
funny.
That's the thing about Instagram. You can be a redneck from East Tennessee, or you can be an influencer in Paris, and you'll still, you still get the same amount of exposure.
And the thing is, he taught, well, my name's Red. I'm from East Tennessee. Yeah, boy, I can drink moonshine. I'll do these 8-ounce shots and blah. And then when I was talking to him downstairs, it was like, "Hey, I'm Red. How are you?"
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm from near Sevierville, and it was like, come
Very
on,
It's Larry the Cable
it
Guy.
is Larry the Cable
Yeah.
Guy.
Get her in. He talks like he's from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Midwest,
Yeah, Nebraska.
He's got that Midwest accent.
Yeah. Lee's bus driver, Big, he drove, no. Scott Shepard drove, he told me he drove Larry the Cable Guy one time from, might have been Nashville down to somewhere in Florida for something. He said, dude was incredible.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely awesome.
Salt, man. Salt of the earth, dude. Yeah. What else is going on? Anything else you want to talk about?
Man, I'm excited about CMA week. I'm thrilled that people come here and spend
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah, we need those tax dollars.
David
I
loves the
walked down there
traffic.
I love the traffic.
Well, the traffic is not a plus, but I walk down there and see so many people who have spent money and come to town for that event, for the music.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
It's their vacation.
It is.
We forget that people do this not as a job.
Right.
It's their vacation.
Yeah, that's right.
You need
know?
to do your Instagram bit.
Yeah.
Take it downtown to Broadway.
You should.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You should. Hey, I'm a Nashville songwriter.
Interview people.
Yeah.
Just get your Nashville songwriter persona on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Red.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And just kind of jack with the people a little bit.
Yeah. Jack the people a little
Wait,
bit.
what,
In the pool, naked.
Look,
In the
look at
pool
his wheels
naked.
turning.
I don't know.
In the pool naked guy.
You made his cog up.
I'm all cogged up, Mom.
Where can people find you? Merely Joe Leathers on Instagram.
Merely Joe
You got a
Leathers.
TikTok?
I think it's just Joe Leathers.
Just Joe Leathers or
Not
Joe Leathers?
just Joe Leathers, just
So
Joe Leathers.
It's
Joe
it's
Leathers.
Joe Leathers.
Not just.
Joe Leathers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they can, I follow you, so
You
they can
follow
go to
me.
you,
You
and then
can
they
go-
can find
yeah.
me on your followers.
Yeah. I have like at least 4,000 now.
Everybody just needs to start following David.
Yeah. Just
Everybody
follow
should.
me. Everyone.
There you
David
go.
Tolliver Music.
I miss calling you Detox. Can we call you that now?
Our old friends still do.
I miss that. But it was
Yeah.
one
Can
time
you change it to
yelled at me.
detox music?
Detox? No. I'm going to stay Dave Tolliver Music.
Yeah, but you yelled at me one night.
I did.
You
He's
were
sensitive.
You were a little into the jack. We were out of town. And I said something like, "Hey, Detox." And you went, "Would you quit calling me that?"
Stop.
I did not.
Yes, you
He's
did.
lying.
I remember it
You
like
were
it
real
was
sensitive
yesterday.
about it for a little while.
I
But I
was
think you got
not.
over yourself.
Oh, I couldn't care less about myself. I am the least caring about myself and myself.
Maybe you
Self.
should go to therapy.
I do go to therapy.
Yeah, so if you don't know, David's nickname is Detox. So if
Yeah.
you run into him, please just call him Detox.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't,
greatest name
I couldn't care less. Rehab's for quitters. Huh?
So I have permission.
Yeah, you got
back.
you got permission to do whatever.
Sweet.
You know what I haven't brought up?
What have you not brought up?
The Wheel of Shame.
Something circular and amazing.
Joe, what you're going to do now is you're going to spin the Wheel of Shame.
The Wheel of
The
Shame.
Wheel of Shame.
I've spun that wheel before.
Yeah, but not in a true
Not in true context.
context.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
So I just spin it.
You spin it, and whatever it lands on.
Spin it to win it.
Yeah. Spin it. Use your finger.
Spinning. Spinning. Bingo!
What did it land on?
America.
America. It's a
would.
perfect one for you. Perfect one. Take your pants off.
Again.
Whoa. Easy, guys.
I'm surprised you're not just naked the whole time you're in here.
Yeah. Joe the Finger Leathers.
So, Joe, how big of an American and patriot are you? Like, are you good with
America.
American history? Or did you snooze in history class?
Joe wrote a history book for.
I was not a scholar, I would say.
But you love your country?
I love my country.
Love
Are you
your country.
confident in answering one of these many questions that are on one of these cards?
I will try. I know the colors of the flag.
Did you not get the rhino out too?
We'll get it out.
Okay. I figured
down.
you were already over there.
Well, I forgot.
Oh, so
All right. Just pick a card. Either I can randomly select a card or you can pick one.
You pick it.
All right, here we go.
America.
Let's see if I can just see anything here.
America. I played a show one time. Speaking of America, Lee Greenwood it was like
man.
a charity thing, and Lee Greenwood was singing the tracks. And in the middle of "God Bless America,"
No.
he pulls out a tiny saxophone from somewhere and starts playing. It was the most amazing thing that's ever happened in my life.
Wow.
Music wise, Lee Greenwood playing his tiny saxophone,
How tiny?
like
Oh,
I mean, like
very
8,
tiny.
9 inches tall.
Oh,
And he was just wearing it out to these tracks.
Did it sound normal?
Yeah. I have video I'll show you
I
guys
love it.
off
I've
air.
got to see
You
that.
should post it on your Instagram.
I think I will. I think I did already. And Lee
Well-
liked it.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
All right. So since you have a background in sports, we're gonna do this one.
America.
What is the only major sport invented strictly in America?
America. Oh, come on.
Basketball.
There it is.
Yeah.
Has to be.
In 1891, James Naismith, a physical education teacher, nailed a peach basket on the lower rail of the balcony at either end of a YMCA gym. The rest is history.
Yep.
Did you know Naismith created the game based on a childhood game called Duck on the Rock?
Duck
Duck
on the rock.
I didn't know that.
No idea.
I know
Give me
he's-
one more, just quick.
He's a Kansas
That's too
dude.
easy.
That was easy.
I need to miss one.
A lot of people would have gone baseball,
Yeah.
but no.
Where was baseball invented?
It was
America?
here, but it was
Abner
based
Doubleday.
on
Abner Doubleday, man.
Abner Doubleday. That was my nickname in high school.
I'm sure it
Here
was.
comes old David Abner Doubleday Tolliver.
I think it was double date.
Yeah,
Because you always
whatever.
took out two girls.
Abner. No, I
Every
did
time.
not. I
Yes,
didn't
you
even
did.
date in high school.
Well,
I was such a prude. My case was.
Here's one.
Go ahead.
What was the original name of New York State?
Yorktown.
No.
New Amsterdam.
Closer. It was called New Netherland.
Ah, that's right. I
In
knew it was something like that.
1624, the Dutch established the colony of New Netherland. 40 years later, the British took control of New Netherland and renamed it New York
Kicked that
after
Dutch
the English
ass.
Duke of York.
Yeah, Duke of York.
Did you know New York State nickname is the Empire State, which some say got its start when George Washington was given a map of New York and declared New York the seat of an empire.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we know.
And that's what you sit in, the seat of an empire.
Yeah.
Of an empire.
60-year anniversary.
A cult pyre.
Come
Yeah.
Cult pyre.
Colt.
Oh wow, this is a wild one. Let's do this one. This is fun. A popular job for young boys in the mid 1800s
Oh, no.
advertised for applicants who were willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred. What was the job?
Oh, coal mining.
1840s? 1850s?
It was the mid 1800s, and it was a job advertised for young writers who were willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred. What was the job?
Young Riders. Pony Express.
Did I say writers?
You said riders. Is it riders?
No, I must have.
We're riders.
What? Yeah. Riders
I
or
must have
riders?
Freudian slipped because that's not even on here.
Young youths. Youths.
Well, the answer is
clockmaking.
the answer is Pony Express rider.
Pony Express. David Tyler.
The job
Give him
paid.
a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Pony Express rider.
Yeah.
The job paid $25 a week, which was excellent pay. Unskilled laborers at the time received only about $1 a week.
Yeah.
And did you know the Pony Express operated as a business for less than 2 years, but then the Transcontinental Telegraph opened. Telegraphs could be sent much faster and cheaper, so that the Pony Express went out of business.
Yeah.
Hard times.
I've watched The Postman.
Hard times.
Did you?
Yeah, the Kevin Costner movie.
Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm. So what we want you to do now, Joe.
So, we're kind of going back to when you had that big hit from the linebacker guy. What was his name?
Keith Butler.
Keith
Butler, not to be confused with Keith
Old
Bullock.
Silver Teeth.
So when you woke up from your football coma, you said they shoved a bunch of smelling salts in your nose. So what we have here is what we like to call the atomic rhino, smelling salts.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is take the bottle, hold it about right here, and go.
Just
No?
a big,
Ready?
big whiff in. Yeah.
I'm flashing all the fuck the way back. I see silver teeth. Oh, that is awesome.
Let's close it for the whole room. This smells like ammonia.
Man, that is magic. I might have to get some of that. Wow.
Joseph,
I love how this has become its own separate
it's
bit.
its own thing. Thank you for being here today with us.
Man,
and
thank you for
talking
having me.
And
That's, you're the
sharing
man.
Your life. You're the best. You're one of our great friends. You're Foxhole brother.
Well, I love y'all both, and you know that.
Same.
And
Ditto. Let's go to Rosemary.
let's go.
You should buy a house.
Go buy
I
a
think I
house.
will. Let me
Yeah.
call somebody.
Call somebody.
right,
Sell
I
some of
gotta-
that NVIDIA stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on the internet tonight, sell some stock, buy a house in Rosemary.
And we'll go stay.
It doesn't even have to be Rosemary. It
No.
could be like
Could be like
Seaside watercolor,
it's gotta
Great
be-
Beach,
Santa Rosa.
yeah.
It's got to be
Crystal
Rosemary.
Beach, whatever.
You know, I'm not going to fight you. Rosemary.
No.
Yeah, we're not
No,
talking
no.
about it.
Well,
All right, love y'all.
love you. Hey, go tell them where they
yeah.
can find us.
Yes, we are available
We
on
are
all streaming platforms.
Streaming.
You can follow us on Facebook,
Like.
Instagram, Twitter.
Comment.
Like, follow, subscribe, comment,
donate. More donuts.
donate a house.
Donate a donut. I don't know.
And if you don't follow, I'm coming to your house and kill your grass.
Yeah.
How about that?
Grass.
Your neighbors will hate you.
GRASS. Grass.
Good
Yes.
spelling,
Thank
David.
you.
That's
David
good
Smart
spelling.
loves word. Dump truck.
Dump truck.
Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.